Yo, what's going on, guys? A.B.T plays here, back with another video. And since RTS is now gone forever, I decided to just record this video to just try something new. Anyways, what I want to try is basically platinum trophy content. So this video will I'll discuss all of my 40 platinums and how I got them and stuff like that. So let's scroll all the way to the bottom and I'll tell you each of my platinums, and if this video does well, I'll probably do more. Anyways, this is something that I want to try doing, so let's do it. Okay, so I know you're not very impressed by seeing some of this unfinished games, but anyways, my first ever platinum is actually a very well liked and here it is. My first platinum was Days Gone. It does say the 18th because I did to clean up some more trophies. I did a Days Gone playthrough just to clean up most of the trophies for the DLC and stuff. That's why it's very uphill. But Days Gone, it's a very enjoyable game, and Deacon Sage sends on as a good protagonist. I wish that there was a Days Gone 2, because the story is very underrated, and it just sucks that there will not be a sequel. And also, I don't know about the cleaning up the rest of the DLC for Days Gone, because the challenge mode is just I consider it just a very intense task to just do, and I'll think about it for trying, I mean. But anyways, for my second platinum, I would say it is Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. Now, for FNAF kind of has a very special place in my heart because it started a whole series of events for me, and I really appreciate it. But what I would say is not a good thing about this game is basically the trophy list here says it's a 6 out of 10, which I completely do not agree with. In my opinion, this game is like a 4 out of 10, but guides like guides, I guess. So, yeah. Overall, this game is, in my opinion, very easy. And then we have a game called Death Stranding, and the sequel is coming out later this month, which I probably will revisit. Anyways, Death Stranding is it's a interesting game, and it's actually my first 100-hour platinum. This one includes all of the base game content that's not the director's cut, because I guess it's just like that. And the whole point of this game is just making deliveries, and it's just a very time-consuming but enjoyable ride for me. And then we have a very special game that is also goes to my heart. That is We Happy Few. We Happy Few is just, in my opinion, it's a very underrated game, and going for its platinum is kind of the only say I would say for this game is that the trophy that is somewhere basically not final notes. It's like basically they have a thing called Uncle Jack collectibles, and that is the is the probably the only pain that I would say for this trophy, for this platinum wise. They find out collectibles and stuff like that. But overall, oh yeah, collect all Uncle Jack's souls. It's a okay trophy to go for, but honestly, it's I really like the game, but other people may not like the game, so don't really know why. But I would say that this game is a very underrated game, and it is my 4th platinum trophy. And now we have The Last of Us Part 2. Now, the story, in my opinion, is kind of, when you're going in for your first time, you will be mad, but then you will start to kind of understand the game more, and honestly, and I might clean up these DLC trophies, who knows. But anyways, the Last of Us Part 2, it is a very controversial game, but it's a okay game, and I just got it for the platinum. But overall, enjoyable experience at the most part, like gameplay wise and stuff like that. But yeah. Next we have Ghost of Tsushima. Now the samurai Jin Sakai and the whole story with him and the trophies weren't really a pain so it's just an enjoyable experience, and I might do the DLC in the future, depending on if I would do it or not. And now we have my first VR platinum, which is Saints and Sinners VR. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Overall, very enjoyable game. The PS4 version is more layer than the PS5 version. So yeah, I would say the only pain for this trophy is Saint, given all 10 items to survivals. It's not hard, it's just repetition, but it's a doable repetition. So that is my 6th platinum, I think. And then we have Marvel Spider-Man. I do have the DLC for this game, so I will clean this up. So when I played this game, I didn't have the DLC, and that's why the DLC is not here. But overall, the game is very easy, and most of the people who have this game play for the platinum, and it's an overall enjoyable experience, and I hope that there will be more. Okay, next we have Watch Dogs Legion. I know that people say that Watch Dogs Legion was kind of bad, but overall, except for some miscellaneous trophies, it doesn't seem too hard. But I did hear like the DLC is more harder than the base game, in which I would probably agree with that. I haven't touched much of it, and the only regret I have is doing it on the PS4 version and then doing it on the PS5 version. It's just something. But anyways, my next game is Concrete Genie, and overall very enjoyable game, and it's a very easy place to get the platinum. I don't know if I'll go for the DLC trophies because they're mostly VR trophies, and it's just now paying to do the PS4 VR. So, but I do have the PSVR for the 2, but I might do the come back to these. I don't know. And now we have Last of Us Remastered, the the one that's not the remake. And basically for this, the only time consuming thing is the multiplayer. But when you're done the multiplayer, most of the game is actually pretty doable. I had to do 4 playthroughs for this game, and I might clean up the DLC trophies too, depending on what I do have left for it. Next we have an auto pop. I know, shameful, but this is where I did most of the DLC. But I might come back to it, I'm not sure, for Ghost of Tsushima. Next I have the Walking Dead Collection. This one is just basically just all 3 base games packed into one thing with the Michonne DLC, and then that's mostly chapter select, and then the stuff like that. It's basically the Walking Dead, but then Telltale game, but it's just a very easy platinum. Next is Miles Morales, which is basically just a easier version of Marvel Spider-Man, and I think it's an alright game and a nice follow-up into Spider-Man 2. Next we have Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a very underrated Marvel game, and I think it's just a very good game, and going for its platinum kind of made it good. Next we have Life is Strange 2 True Colors. I only platinum this game to experience the story and nothing else. And overall, the story, it would need some work, but it's an okay story to follow. And I might do the rest of the Life is Strange games. The only one I haven't did is Before the Storm, but I do not know if I'll come back to a Life is Strange game. It's not like it's boring, it's just I kind of find it's kind of story telltale stuff heavy. Next is unpacking, but unpacking is just you unpacking things, and it's just an easy trophy to get. Next is Marvel Spider-Man. I will probably do the DLC eventually, because there's only one DLC trophy, which is just completing the game on New Game Plus, and it's just completing this story again, which I probably will do when I do the Spider-Man, the DLC for Spider-Man 1. But Spider-Man 2, I would say, is kind of more enjoyable, but it's kind of like the same quality as the first one, but the first one is much better. But I'm not saying Marvel Spider-Man 2 is bad, I'm just saying that it's a good experience. Next we have Bluey. I only did it because it was a kid's game. That's all I did it for. That's the reason why I played it. Next we have Viewfinder, which is a very unique game where you take pictures of the environment, and that basically makes a adventure through there, And overall, the platinum was a very enjoyable one. The final part was kind of challenging a bit, but it's a very doable game and I really liked it. Before Your Eyes is my kind of first PS5 VR platinum, which is I found that the EU version actually doesn't let you pop the trophies, but overall, if you find Before Your Eyes is actually a enjoyable story, but if you don't miss one thing on your first playthrough, you have to go back for the entire story again to do it. But overall, it's a okay story. Next, we have Donald County, where you basically have a hole and it goes and you basically eat the entire town up, which is kind of. I would say that this platinum was an okay trophy, except for one trophy, but it's overall the whole game is pretty nice to play. And then we have Job Simulator. I only did this because proper YouTubers did it. Proper YouTubers who are not platinum hunters did this game, and I wanted to experience it myself. Next we have Thank Goodness You're Here, a very enjoyable game with like a waiting trophy, and it's overall a experience that's just funny and quirky. Next we have Nobody Wants to Die. Now for this game, I basically went for the entire game and had to go for another playthrough just to see the ending. But in my opinion, both ways, the protagonist had a fate that's similar to the bad ending. So I'm like, why is that like it? But overall, not the best story, but a unique game for sure. And then we have Score with a Gun. You're a squirrel and you have a gun. That's literally the entire story. Next is Control, which I did one trophy in it a while back ago, and then decided to just experience it just to see what it is about, and I kind of liked it. Next is The Pedestrian, which is basically just a auto pop, and well, it's a okay game, but it's not. I saw like YouTubers cover it, so that's why I played it. Next we have Toem, an enjoyable photo adventure with stuff like that. Like, it's an experience that I kind of liked. And then we have Astrobot. The only reason why it's Astro's Playroom is here because I cleaned up one trophy recently, and that's why I have it up here and not down there. Next we have The Expanse, the Telltale series. I thought that the story the game made me check out the series, and The Expanse is a very good story about space, and like, I only played this game to just see what The Expanse storyline is like, and it got me into The Expanse story, so that made me kind of like it. And we already discussed Days Gone, and I guess this is my first ever Yakuza Platinum, which is basically Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which is basically just a Majima spin-off game from the actual Yakuza franchise. Overall, good story, and I'm curious about what they're gonna do with the more spin-off games with Yakuza. Overall, it's a very enjoyable experience, and I don't regret playing it. Next, we have Gliss, where you basically go into a world without Carlo, and then you get Carlo from exploring. It's kind of an okay game, and it's a good game. Next, we have Spider-Man Miles Morales, but on PS4. It's a good game, and wish I only cleaned it up because it was on my trophy list previously, and then I played the PS5 version, got the platinum there, so it's a easy game to clean up. Next we have Elica. Elica is honestly just a pain in the butt because 2 playthroughs I did without no trophy popping, but then the final playthrough was the final playthrough for me. So technically this game took 8 playthroughs, and it's just the one that I didn't like, that was my final trophy, was literally if I can find it. Oh yeah, Fallout Glow. This one had to made me do one single playthrough for this one trophy, and it's just not really a pain. It just was just annoying to get because the trophies don't pop until you finish the playthrough, and the game is like 1 hour and 30 minutes long, and if you miss something you have to go back to start a new story, and it's just a pain. But overall, I'm done with this game and I can let go. Next is Just Claw Things, where you basically just play as a claw and you just go through the game like that. Overall, the only trophy that is kind of a pain in the grind is a poop 10,000 times. You literally just have to press the X button, and this felt like a shovelware game because of that one trophy, but it's not shovelware. It's a decent game. Next we have Days Gone Remastered. I only got it to experience the remastered parts of it, and that's why it says 17 seconds. Most of 2 or 3 of my trophies are auto pops, but I don't really mind if they're auto pops or not. It's just cleaning up the platinum. Death Stranding Director's Cut, I only did it because it's a new experience in the PS4 version, so I decided to play it and then get the trophies, and it was a different experience than the PS4 version, so I decided to just get it myself, and that's it. And then Uncharted Drake's Fortune is something I played a while back ago. Was kind of bad at it, but then when I revisited it, it made me get it better. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, I am gonna clean up the final trophy or just take some time. Overall, it's a very enjoyable experience than 7. 7 was just a pain because of that one trophy, and because of that one trophy I didn't platinum it, and I will discuss it if this video gets at least 5 likes. I will make another one saying platinum games I like to platinum eventually. And my 40th platinum was A Plague Tale Innocence. The reason it took this long to play it is basically just because the final boss in the final chapter was just the pain in my it's just the pain from what I went through. I don't want to do the PS4 version because of that whole boss fight. But overall, it's a good game, and I probably will do its sequel. The sequel doesn't seem too bad as the first one with the boss fight. But anyways, that's all. And that's all I will discuss for platinum wise. But if you wanna check out another video, I will probably include this game in my games I would like to platinum. series. If this video gets 5 likes, I will discuss why I would want to get the platinum for this game, but that's all I would show. I'll discuss it in another video, and that's basically it. And I hope you enjoy. And my bio literally says I have 300 games, and I do have 300 games in my library. So most of the games you see displayed here are not more. But anyways, that is it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll link some popular platinum YouTubers that you might want to check out. I know this is a bit of different to what I do for RTS and stuff, but because that game is there, I decided to just do this video as a test. Hope you enjoy. Comment anything you want me to do trophy wise, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.